One thing I hear you say often, Chandra, is fall forward. You know, that's a favorite phrase of yours. Do not be afraid to fall forward. Could you elaborate on that and how you sort of
See, I
energize the
think,
team?
it's such a dynamic world, so many things changing. If you are just so much risk averse, then you just have to sit. If you don't sit, there is no accident. If you only sit, there is no accident. But you got to try things. You can't, in a complex world, you can't have complete clarity on everything. So you need to be directionally correct, and then you have to move. Then you fall, then you get up and move. And that's the only way to navigate. Otherwise, you are not trying anything. Everywhere you are looking for the lost decimal point in a spreadsheet. Doesn't work.
Any instances where any of your companies have fallen forward and you've sort of helped it get up? And
Every company. I mean, the bet on EV. I mean, they're not used to, I don't want to tell numbers, they're not used to being said that, okay, you ask X, no, we'll give you 5X. What can you do?
That's right.
Okay. So, we just tried. And it clicked. If it didn't click, it didn't click. Then we had to move on. But similarly, I feel, while we are talking about solar, wind and hydrogen, I think India has to get into SMR. Small modular reactors. And we have to try. Because our energy sources are not going to be enough. And there is no certainty on every technology that we are looking today will deliver what we expect it will deliver.
True.
I don't want to be very specific. So we need to be betting on these technologies. So
and in some of those bets may fail.
I'm telling you, definitely at least we will need another 5, 6 new energy. See, the fundamental problem for the world is cost of power. For everything else can be solved.
True.
Why is the cost of hydrogen very high? Because the cost of power is very high, cost of green power is very high. So unless or otherwise we solve that problem, we are not going to be able to, not India, globally, we are not going to be able to solve all the problems. So we need to try. We definitely need to try. Whether it is AI, whether it is energy, whether it is materials, we need to be working on many things and we need to be launching pilots.
One of the things you also said, and we've laughed about it earlier, is tension nahi lene ka, gyan nahi dene ka. This has become a big buzzword and a Chandra quotable quote. Explain to us, because this was in response to a question asked by none other than actor Ranveer Singh at a function where he wanted advice on why Indian Bollywood movies were failing and the South Indian movies were doing so well. So he said, what do I do? And Chandra responded saying, tension nahi lene ka, gyan nahi dene ka. I don't know much about movies, but this is what I follow. So what is
Nothing to elaborate. See, the world is very complex. Just because you're doing well somewhere, it doesn't mean that you are good at everything. So it is better to stay where you are good at, and where you don't know, it's better not to speak. So what do I know about movies to give advice to Bollywood stars? So,
but this is as broad an advice as it can get, and you can use it in multiple.
I really think so. I think life is complex. Life is beautiful, and there are so many things to do. And you shouldn't be wasting time because you are very tensed. If you are tensed, nothing comes out of being tensed. You don't think clearly, you just spoil your health and you waste your time. So I fundamentally don't believe that anything that happens is worth taking tension. So I don't know, naturally I don't get tensed. I'm quite easy with myself, and that's the way I am.
And what are the learnings from your marathon which you use in your business life?
Many things. I think my colleagues will tell you that I refer to marathon examples all the time. I think it teaches you a lot of things. One is I have become at least a better listener, more patient. able to take long-term calls, able to think of goals which you don't see. We call it aspiration or whatever. And then the importance of training. So I think there's a famous marathon quote, I would say, don't think about winning, or don't think about winning the race. Think about training to prepare to win the race. So the most important thing is is not the outcome. It is the process and the journey that you go through in preparing towards the desired outcome. You may get the outcome, you may not get the outcome. If you don't get it this time, next time you'll get it. But that journey is beautiful. So we shouldn't lose it. So marathon has continues to influence me a lot. Continues to influence me a lot every day.